So the group by basically is used to, like, to collect the multiple records from a group of the results from one or more columns. So basically when you want to collect group of information, for example the aggregate functions, you want to retrieve, you want to use the aggregate functions and get certain information from the data based on a particular group, so if you talk about, for a department, I want to see how much salary I'm paying, or for a student how many marks he got on all subjects. So basically you will be grouping, you will be grouping certain information, not one or more records information, and to a particular, to a single row format. Basically what you get is every student ID, you will be getting like all the student score information basically. So you are grouping on a particular student, you are grouping all the information on a particular student. Similarly the department, on a particular department I want to see all the, how much the salary I'm paying it towards to. So, and as well as on a on a date functions also, you will be having the same thing. So you go to any shop, if you want to see, how much sales happened on the particular Walmart. So you go to the Walmart every day, so every day there are a lot of transactions, hundreds, thousands of transactions will happen in one particular Walmart. But if you want to see how much sale happen on particular Walmart, then you have to use a group by. Similarly, you might have, so many products, you want to see, which product we sell a lot in on that I mean, in the store, so that they keep the stock very frequently. Then you will be using, you are grouping certain information, you, instead of going on a particular transaction wise, you will be grouping the information. So basically that will help us to do a better business. So anything what we why we are doing all these select statements, and you have the information available on the, by using the inserts or updates or deletes, you have the data on the table. But why we are doing so many other stuffs, why we are selecting the data is basically how better way, I can use my own data to do a better business. But for suppose if you don't have the data, if you don't know, Walmart, every day the milk is a fast growing product. So if you don't know, how many milks I have to keep the stock inside, inside the Walmart. Suppose you keep it, 100 milk, means 100 milk cans, that doesn't sufficient, to serve all the people. I may lose the business as well. So to have in a better understand, I mean, it's a better inventory management, supply chain management, everyone will using their data. So basically when we are talking about data, we will be talking about the database. It can be Oracle, or it can be SQL Server, or any other things. But the functionality, the group by functionality is there on all databases. Even the select statement is there on all databases. It's you don't see in a database which has, without having a select statement, or without having a inserting data, because you have to insert a data, and without having an update statement. So the common feature, it is available everywhere, but the syntax might be different. Some people will write in group by in certain way, some people will write group by another way, but the syntax is very different. But the concepts basically between the all the databases is we are doing the same thing. Are you following, guys, or is that clear?
Yes.
So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to explaining, I'm just explaining you guys, how important the data is, why we are, you might have so many questions inside, why we are going for it, and why we write the group by clause, and why do we need it, all the select statements we have, why we need aggregate functions. So you today we are seeing in a only single scenario. I'm explaining you departments and employee, but I'm explaining in a single scenario. But if on an everyday basis, where exactly you will be using, very wherever there is a transaction, you talk about bank, you talk about grocery shop, you talk about, students, I mean university, which you are, so there is some transactions going on, right? Or some activity going on a data. So basically, the any financial matters happens in any events. So any organization, basically we will be having a database. We will having one of the databases, any databases. It can be Oracle, it can be SQL Server, it can be Teradata, MySQL, or any other thing. But once we have a data, how optimal we are using the data to do a better business. Basically for that reason, the client will the client, or whoever using this one, you will go to the you go on a project. So basically on the project, what you will be doing on everyday basis is basically about how we are presenting that information in a meaningful manner. Once we have the data, how it is useful to the business. That's all. That's a major. So every time, since 40-50 years, there was the data, and there is a data now, and in future also there is a data. But now you will be using different tools, or different, you have informatica in all the tools. But now basically inside it, they will be using these select statement or the functionality, group by, or whatever we are discussing right now. Is that clear, guys? Why we are using, and what is the importance of the data, or why we are writing so many things, union and joins, why we are doing this, why we need this. Is that clear for you guys? Why we are doing it, and what is the significance of it?
So it is data in the way which we want.
Yeah, basically yes, that is a major thing. Here, whenever we talk about data, we talk about the business basically. Any software development, any applications, anything, why we are doing is basically we do a better business, or we serve the customers, or we solve the customers issues, why. So any these kind of information which we have, which we are doing, on a day-to-day basis, then we will be using the databases. It can be anything, it can be any database, but you will be using one of the databases. So all you need to understand is you the concepts behind it, why we go for a grouping, or why we go for aggregate functions, why do we need some minimum maximum, like you know the so why we are inserting data, why we are deleting data, and why we are updating data. So these things you have to be clear, otherwise, these things are most important thing, and you should be clear on that one. Even for if you go a different project as well, different technology, different tool in future, you will be still using the data. So at least, to have a better platform from your side, if you go for a different things as well, you need to understand how we are the significance of the data importance, and how we are presenting that information. Once we have the data, how we are presenting it. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions related to the projects, or anything related? Means the things, just share your question. I'm happy to help you. If you guys want anything related to, you might have so many questions, but anything related to the project, definitely I'm there to help you guys. Okay. So so basically, why we do a group by is to have the group of set of information combined together, and present to have a clarity on how much sales, or how much it's going towards organization, and to have a better understanding about about group collection of the information, I mean collection of the records, and putting the summary wise, then we go for a group class, group by class. So basically group by will have the syntax is very simple. We have a select statement, and we have the columns and aggregate function. You can have multiple aggregate functions as well in one group by statement. It can have sum, it can have minimum, maximum, and so and so. And from the table names, you have a different table names. You can join the tables over there, or you can do whatever the necessary thing. And you have where condition if you need it. You can add a where condition, and you can have a group by conditions as well. You have, it has to followed by a group by statement. So on the group by, it has to have all the columns which are listed on the select statement. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
So any group by any most of the time when we write a group by statement, basically what we are doing is we are writing a aggregate functions. So on the group by statements, why we need a group by statement is whenever we are using any aggregate functions, so then we need to do group, right? Like, if you want to find, like, how much score I have gotten, like, you might have score information all together in one of the columns. Then, by using that student ID, then, we write a sum of the score, or whatever the information, or, like, how, and you want to know, like, how many employees, I mean, so how many students are in particular course, like, if you want, how many students are in IT, or how many students are in MBA. Then what we do is, like, we will be writing the count, we will be counting the information, right? So we will be writing a count. We will be writing in a different way, different approach, different format, but, you'll be writing the count. Or you want to find a minimum or maximum salary, average things, then these are the predefined functions available. You can write off a user defined functions also, that we will be discussing on the pre-SQL programming concept. So we can write up, these are the predefined and system given functions. And there are, like, sometimes, like, you have to write a function similar to minimum and maximum. We will be discussing that, in a programming methodologies. You are clear, right? Why we need aggregate functions, and how we need to use it. Yes, have any questions on that?
It's clear.
Ram, can you please explain me the having function?
Yeah, next topic I'm coming to that actually. So in order to have the having by, you need to have understand the group by very well, like, because, this having, the having by clause is followed by the group by clause. So there is a relation between these three: aggregate functions, group by, and having by. These three are interrelated. So whenever you use the aggregate functions, you have to write a group by function. So whenever you want to have, like, certain information, basically, like, on a group by information, then you need to have the having by. So that will cover later. Okay. So there is a now so far, like, there is a relation between the aggregate and the group by. So whenever you are writing aggregate function, then you have to, the group by should follow. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
So next one is the having by. So the having by clause is used in the combination of the, as I told you, like, it is a combination of the group by. It has to. So whenever we are writing a having by, it's supposed to have the group by, and internally it's supposed to have a aggregate function, one of the aggregate functions. Okay. And so why we are using having by clause is basically to restrict the group of return rows in a particular way, in a particular, like, you have to write up a condition on a group by, then we will be writing the having by clause. I'll show you, like, how we are writing up. So the syntax is very similar, very simple. Select all the column names, whatever the necessary column names you need it, and you need to write up the aggregate function. And from table names where condition, and like, you'll be having a group by condition, group by all the columns which are listed on the select statement, and then we have a having by. Basically you will be writing a having condition. Suppose, like, you have in this example, like, you have a department, and you have some of sales, like, your particular department if you go to the grass, here not sales actually, it is sum of, like, salary, as total salary from employees. You will be grouping on all the column listed is, like, department and department. Suppose you want to find, like, how many groups we are paying more than 25,000. So then we will be writing a having by clause. Usually, like, when we write a so when you want to find any query, so what you do, like, what you do is, suppose if you want to see how many employees I have whose salary is greater than 5,000, then what you do is, basically you will be writing which clause. You have to write a clause, right? Which clause you will be using. Suppose if you want to if I want to see means all the employees whose salary is greater than 5,000. So what you will be writing?
in the count.
My question is like, you want to see the records whose you want to see all the employees whose salary is greater than 5,000. So what for this what you will be writing?
Yes. Select
Select star from employees.
Mm-hmm.
Select star from employees. So who where salary is greater than 5,000.
That's correct. That's well tried. So what we'll be writing is like, where salary. If you want to list all the employees whose salary is greater than 5,000, what you will be doing is like, you will be simply writing where clause and just getting the data. Okay. But I want to see I want to see on a particular department who means for a department I want to see uh, uh, how much I'm paying more than 20,000 salary, 20,000 amount, it's going out from my company. So
select department name.
so here is a next thing is you will be writing a where clause to get have if you want to see the salary. So similar way, because you have a salary column on your table and you will be just querying using the where clause, you're writing a salary greater than 5,000. But similar way, I want to see on each department who I'm giving more than 20,000 amount. Then what you will be writing is you will be writing the having clause. Okay. So we'll take this example, yesterday example, yeah, go on. So what we did yesterday was order by department. Okay. Okay. So what we did yesterday was I want to so we listed all the departments, and we will be listing I want to see the sum of how much I'm paying towards each department. For 110 department I'm paying 20,000, and for 100 department I'm paying 51,000. So what I want now is I want to see all the departments which I am paying more than 20,000 20,000 towards their department salary. So what you will be doing is you'll be having the same query. So we cannot write it using the salary, because if you say where salary is greater than 20,000. So basically what you will be getting you are not getting that so basically on a department wise you are getting basically on a employee wise. But what our task is, I want to find out on each department how much I am paying to, I mean, so how much I am paying towards for each department, how I want to see what I paid more than 20,000 amount for each department. So basically what we do is you will be writing having is a syntax, and what you will be writing is sum of salary
Salary greater than 20,000.
that's exactly correct. So what I get now is 1 second. Let me see, like there is some syntax issue.
The same error I was getting when I was trying to write the program.
No, whenever there is something syntax or like anything is wrong, then what it does is like it will be giving this one of the, it will give the like line number and everything. Let me pull it up, this one. Okay, so it will give one second. So basically what it is doing is like it is giving 152 line and character 10. So if you go to the, if you go and see, so there is somewhere on like having a by. I think it's not by actually.
Having
So just it's not
yeah.
by. It's a having. The syntax is like just a having salary greater than 20,000. If you see now, order by department, area. So if you see the DSC, just I'll take the ASC. So if you see now, like I'm getting all the only the departments which I'm paying more than 20,000 amount. So in that way, like what I do is okay, I'm paying this much. Like if it is accounting department, if I'm paying more, I then think about it like okay, I'm paying more on this one. Like how to I like reduce my salary. Like just then we'll drill down. Like the organization will drill down. Okay, who's like for this department, they can concentrate on department, these departments, and then they will identify like who's I'm paying more. Like they can take certain decisions. So basically that's a, so you want on so the having clause why we use is like basically if you want to do any means any condition on the aggregate function, then we have to use the having. Is that clear,
If we
guys?
write, yeah, if we write where clause there, we can't get the output. Where
No.
some salary is greater than 2000.
Yeah, that's what. So if you want to use any aggregate function, first of all you have to use the group by function. The first thing is any aggregate function you have to use the group by function, and so any aggregate function, if you want to have like condition, it's like I want to see the salary, I mean so department has department wise, any you want to see that scenario, then you have to use the having. So if you say now, so here like if you say now like where so I want to see all the employee, because we have the salary by department wise, we don't have a salary by employee wise, right? So usually on this table right now, so what we are storing is for each employee, like for each employee we are storing his salary, right? This is how the data is right now. That is how we inserted the data. So for each department, for each employee we are having the salary. So for each employee we are having the department as well. But we don't know like how much I'm paying towards like for 100 department. So here like we have paying like for 100, one guy is getting 12,000, one guy is getting 9,000, one guy is getting 82,000, or so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay, so but we don't have a data something like how much I'm paying towards the department, we don't have that information. So what we do is using the select statement. So basically what we are doing is like you will be writing a group by clause to have each department information. So once we have the each department information, if you want to write up any where class, like where you want to condition, like you want to set up a condition on that one, then you will be writing the having. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically so when we need a have when we need a having, so we need a having. So when you want to write up any condition on a aggregate function, then you will be going on a having by clause. So similar way, like I'll give a small task, like just try, otherwise I can tell you. I want to see, like for each department how many employees are there. Just try for some time. I'm typing. So here is a scenario. Write a query to see number of employees on each department. So you have, like you have minimum, you have sum, you have count, you have maximum. These are the aggregate functions, right? So and so on. Average, you have average. So basically what I want to see is, like I want to say is, like write a query to see number of employees on each department. Is it, do you guys have any questions on the query, or you guys are clear on the task?
Yeah.
So anyone has any luck, or how is it going? You guys have any question on the task? You guys need any hints or something like that?
Yeah.
So basically what we are doing here is like, we want to number of employees, right? We want to get a number, how many people are there. So when there is a number, then basically we will be using the count. Is that clear, guys? So you guys wants to try it, or you want me to explain it? How you want to go? Or you guys want to try some more time? So what you are getting, Harish, with this?
The count of employees and the department ID.
Did you run it?
Yeah, I done it.
Do you think you need this one? The way department ID equal to department ID?
Yeah, but I don't. I don't know. I didn't get what to write in a where condition.
So you don't, in order to have a group by, you don't need a right where condition. So
Okay.
you need a where condition. I mean, if you need it, you can use it, but it is not mandatory that, like, and syntax wise, you don't, even without where clause, you can write a group by statement.
Okay.
Okay. And second thing is, like, do you know why you need this one?
Having I want to say that the better than null, greater than null I have mentioned.
So greater than 0 is also, like, you will be you don't need it, right?
Yeah.
Department ID. So what you are saying here is, like, having department ID greater than 0 doesn't make any sense, because that's not, we are talking about the employee information. We are not talking about the, we want to talk, we are talking about the department wise, like, how many employees are there. That's what we are discussing. So on a department greater than 0 does not give any information. Is that clear?
Yeah.
You see where you are doing, like, where means you're almost close there, but you will be writing in a different way, different approach. You can write this way as well, you will be getting the desired results, but only thing is, the only issue here is, like, you will be writing unnecessarily extra conditions, like, knowing unknowingly. So we just want to eliminate those things. That's all, like, that's how, like, we do practice. So if you go for, if you, this is like, writing a select statement of 1 year old experience guy. So when you put, like, 6 years of you will be doing good, you will be writing good, but only thing is, when you write up a 6 years old experience guy, you will have to, like, think about, like, unnecessarily, you do not need to add unnecessarily condition, even though it is giving the expected results. Is that clear, Arish?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So same thing, like, now we got, like, you got department wise, you got the department, and you got the employee information, like, department wise, you got the count, like, but I want to see on each department, like, who has, like, more than 10 employees.
The same thing. The same.
Yeah, same thing, but now the requirement is, you write up a query, they ask you like this, I want to get a results. So write a query to have more than 10 employees on each department. Other guys, you are following, right? Like, what we are discussing, what we are writing up. You guys have any questions on that, or you guys want to have any, like, explanation on that?
We are following.
Okay. So just, like, this is how, like, we do things, and this is good, like, one means you'll be, like, knowing multiple approaches. Let me know if you're not following, like, if you if you guys have any questions, stop me anytime.
Maybe more, huh?
That's good, Harish. So you guys are following, like, what here, what we are doing here. So here is the best practice, Harish. So whenever you're writing any aggregate functions, now, this is one of the best approach. You can follow. I mean, it depends. Like, someone will follow it, someone fall for it. So you'll be writing, like, one select statement, one from statement, and group by and having by. You'll be writing all the columns on the left hand side, followed by, like, aggregate functions. Is that clear, Harish?
Yeah.
So this is just, this is just people will like, you'll get the same results, but this will give you, like, one more thing is when you write a query. So this is how usually you see in a live environment. You write, all the capitals on the clauses. Like, if you say select, they will write it in the capital. You on count, you'll write a capital, and from, you write up a capital letter, and you give the spaces like this, and group by and having by.
Okay.
Okay, just like, this is one of the best practices. Because even you see now, I'm also writing, small letter cases, but that is the best part. But when I go to the live environment, automatically you will follow the standards set by, like, other people. Like, you will be writing, capital letters. Okay. That's just information for you guys. Okay, so you guys have any questions on, like, on this one? On this one, you guys are following, like, how we are writing and how we are doing the things.
Please explain the two queries how you wrote.
Yeah. So basically, what our first question is, like, we want to find out, like, how many, on a department wise, how many employees are there. When we have, like, how many, then, basically we will be writing count. Like, you want to count it, right? You want to count on each department how many employees are there. Suppose if you go to the employee table. So you want to see, like, I want to see all the employee details. So here what we got is, like, on department 90, like, I'll be seeing, like, okay, I'll be seeing, like, okay, on department 90 we have, like, 100 employee and 101 employee, and Nina is in 90 department, and, like, Lex is on 90 department, and, like, David is on 60 department. But what we want to find out is, like, I want to see how many employees on each department. So basically you will be writing one of the aggregate functions called count. So we were doing, like, basically we want to see it on a department wise. So when we want to see the department wise, basically what we are doing is we need to write up the department ID column, and we want to count the employees, so we write the count. So whenever we are writing any aggregate functions, you will be writing the group by clause, and on this one, like, whatever the column listed here on the before the select statement, you will be writing here. So we will be adding department ID to this one. So then, this way, like, we are getting all the department wise, you'll be getting all the count of the employees. So we can sort it by, if you want, order by department ID. So if you see now, department 10 we have 1 employee, and department 20 we have 2 employees. So you can check also, like, where department ID equal to 10. So when you see now this here, so you should see only 1 employee, right? So you should get only one record. So similar way, if you go to the other department, So if you go to the department 30, so you see 6 records.
Yes.
So you guys are clear, right? Like, how we are writing and what we are achieving it, how we are achieving it.
Yeah.
Okay. So similar way, like, the next task is, so basically you want to see which, I mean, so the department which has more than 10 employees. Correct, right? So basically what we are doing is we want to query on a aggregate function. Like, I'm getting, like, department wise how many employees are there. So this way I'm getting the employees on each department, how many employees are on each department. But on each department I want to see more than 10 employees. Like, I want to get the results from the query. So whose employees, I mean, in a department wise, whose employees are more than 10 people, then basically you will be writing a condition, where condition, I mean, so you will be writing a condition on one of the aggregate function. So you will be writing, listing the whole aggregate function here and greater than 10. So group by and having by always will be followed. Like, group by and having count, right? So you guys are following, right? When you have a, like, aggregate function, you will be having a group by function. You want to have, like, certain count based on aggregate function, then you will be writing the having by. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me know if it is confusing, or, like, if it is, like, when you start practicing thing, when you like, listen the concepts, or when you see the first time, it is more interesting and you will be getting like that. But when you start practicing and thinking about the requirement, this is like, you will be getting the similar thing in the live environment. You don't get more than that, I can guarantee it. You'll be asking, like, to do a task similar to that one, but it's not a single task. You'll be asking to do, like, multiple tasks at a time. Like, this is one of the tasks you'll be getting similar to that.
Okay.
Okay, guys?
Yeah.
You guys have any questions so far? And we covered yesterday on an order by, like, if you want to sort the results on order by basis, like, if you want to sort the results on a particular column, then you will be writing that column. So even like, if you want to see, we have, like, department, on department 60 we have. So but I want to sort it by the first name. So what you do is, like, you write an order by first. So when you want to see, you will be seeing that, like, ordering by a first name. So if you see, like, you will be getting Alexander first, it is followed by D. If you see the first letter, it is followed by G. And if like, the first character is same between the values, then it will go on a second character. Are you getting, guys? Because, the first character of the first name is same. Right now we don't have a scenario. You might have a scenario when we take out a their class. So what it does is, like, it will go and find a second character, and like, it will search for the second character. See, let's say here, like, we have so many. So when you say you have Adam, Alna and Alberto or something. So if you see so once it is, like, it is means same as first character, it is going to the second character. If you see now, Adam, D is the first letter in alphabetical, like, on a sorting wise, and followed by L. So even here, like, you have Alna and Alberto. So first two characters are same. It will going on the third character and it's displaying the Alna. And if it is fourth and it is always does, like, first character. It will do in such a way, like, even if you have a million records, even if you have 1 lakh records, 100,000 records, it will do just like that. Oracle is so powerful, it will do just like that. Means it will give in results in a faster way. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
So basically what so that was about the order by. So the next one is this. This was about the having by, order by. The next one is the subqueries. So whatever we discussed so far, we discussed about the queries. Similarly, we have a subquery, like we can write a sub means we have a concepts called subquery. Basically, what does the subquery does is, so you want to so to get some certain kind of scenario, you want to get a results, or you want to use a certain scenario, then what you write is you write query within a query. It's called a subquery. Right, you write up a query and add up a query to find out any data, then that is called a subquery. You can create a subset of one of the query and use that result and write up a condition, then you will be go for a subquery. Basically, you will be writing most of the time you will be writing the subqueries. So similar way, so this is one of the approach. You can achieve this one using the minimum function as well, but you can write up a subquery as well. So you want to find a scenario where you want to see you want to see all the employees whose salary is greater than the minimum salary of their jobs. Suppose, so you want to eliminate the minimum salary guy. So you don't want to see for each the minimum salary. You want to see all the employees whose minimum salary is greater whose salary is greater than the minimum salary. Then you write up a similar query like that, select star from employee, employee where employee salary greater than job of minimum salary from the you see a job table, and you'll be writing something like this. So basically, this, if you see here, on this example, the insight is called also a subquery. If you see here, you are writing a query, select star from employee, this is a query. On the where condition, if you see salary employee greater than 0, there is again a select statement. So if you want to if you are writing a multiple select statement in a statement in a query, which is called a subquery. Is that clear, guys? I know it is little confusing right now, but we will discuss this again tomorrow with a better examples, and means it's confusing now. So just practice the having by first, group by and having clause. That is the most important, and you will see real time environment the subqueries as well a lot. You want to go for a practice session on subquery, or you want to, if you guys are okay with going on next, that's fine. I can continue on the subquery example, but if it is too much for you guys, let me stop me, guys. Don't worry, don't hesitate, because I know both topics are most important. Having by and subquery, group by, everything is each topic is its own significance.
We'll go for a practice.
On subquery.
Yeah, and subquery everything. If you go other topics, it's going to be a lot, and so that we can't practice more and more on that.
Okay. No, I don't want to go on this other topic. I don't want to switch to other topic. So if you means I'll give few more scenarios to you guys to practice on the having by and group by. Once it is done, then tomorrow we can have a session anyhow you guys will be sending us the query what I've given yesterday. I'll be covering the subquery as well. Okay, just I don't give any scenario on the subquery. Basically, what I do is I'll be writing I'll writing a small scenario here on the subquery. So basically, what we do is if you want to get all the employees, you will be writing select star from employees. Okay, you want to find out minimum salary of from the employees. What you do is select minimum of salary from employees. So what does this give us? Could you tell me what this will give us? What this statement will give us?
minimum salary of the employee.
Yeah, it will give us like minimum salary of all employees from my organization. So because we have all the employees on my organization or on the employee table, what this gives is like minimum salary of all employees. So what I get it is okay. So to want to see the first name, so you have to have the group by. You'll be getting only one record now, but you have to have the group by. So now I'm getting like the first name. Oh, sorry, this is not the scenario. So what we got it here is like 2,100 is the minimum salary. Suppose if you see here like who has the salary
That's the legit.
so what we got it here is like whose salary is employee ID 132 has a salary of 2,100. Like what I did here is like I want to see like whose salary is like who has got a minimum salary. I got an employee like who has got a minimum salary is minimum salary is 2,100. But I want to see all, I want to get all the employees from my organization whose salary is greater than my minimum salary. This is one of the scenario you usually get it like they will ask you like if you go to the organization, they will ask you to write up a query. I want to see all the employees whose salary is greater than a minimum salary. So how you'll write it, like you need to find it out like what is my minimum salary. You write up a query and you say where salary greater than 2100. This will give us like it will list all the employees whose salary greater than 2,100. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Right? But you can't like you cannot write on a multiple statements, right? Usually we don't want to write up because you want to give it a single statement. So you can't ask the guy like oh if you means if you are if like if a financial guy or if a CEO is asking to you like okay, run this query, you get a result and based on this result you write up like you put the value here. You can't ask a guy, you need to write a single query. So what you do here is we just get the query, I'm just sorting it, that's all. So what I'm doing here is like I'm just finding a minimum salary and just getting a result. So I'm writing a sub query in order to have that information. It's simple, right? You're getting right what we are doing, what we are achieving here.
Yeah.
So basically you want to find out like you get a scenario like this is one of the queries they will ask you like I want to see all the employees, I want to see all the employees whose salary greater than minimum salary. Sometimes like you'll be asking like I want to see the average salary of my organization. You'll be getting similar thing. Select average. So you'll be getting average salary. This is the average salary. You will be getting a some value. I'm doing round. We have a round as well, right? You can write up a round as well. Round off. I want to. This is how we route it, right? Like round off 2. So you will be getting like a 6,400 as like my average salary, right? So you will be asking like you will be asking like I want to find out like an employees whose salary is greater than is like average salary. Can you guys will send me the query? You guys are following, right? So what I'm asking is, like, I want to get a query whose salary is greater than more than average salary. Okay. So yeah, just write up this query as well, and just think about this query, and if you can send it to me, send it to me. But before that, I just want to you guys finish the first 4 tasks. So these are the tasks which we were discussing yesterday. Get all the employees the details which the department name is greater than after joining this one, the first one. I want to list all the employees with the department name who has a manager. That is the second task. And then list all the employees whose salary is greater than 5,000. So you guys know, right? Like what task you need to do tomorrow.
Yes.
And this last one is write a query whose salary is more than average salary. Don't worry about it. If you guys can finish it up, and you can finish it up. Otherwise, we'll be just we'll be discussing more on subqueries tomorrow, and we will go on each topic, we will tomorrow we will be going on all the topics so far which we covered. And all the PPTs are in the shared drive. Just go through each and every topic, ask me as many questions as you can. That way, you'll be tomorrow will be more on the finish your topics, we'll be discussing more and more. So that way you guys will be remembering the topics very well. And that way, if you guys have any questions on so far which the topics which you covered, you get one more chance to ask me questions, in stuff if you anyhow you guys are not asking on each the topics questions on next day. So that will help us, if you guys can at least go through the topics. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah,
Or you want to go on the topics, or how do is that good for you guys to have this approach?
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, practice these things, and just go through the videos again, and come up with questions. That's what I'm expecting. If you come up with a question, I'll be feel more happy.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. You guys have any questions on today's topic or so far which we covered?
No.
Okay, go through one more time all the topics which we have, go through all the PPTs whatever we have on the shared drive, and just come up with the questions, as well as finishing the finish the task, tomorrow will be send us to email, if you can finish it up, or you can discuss tomorrow on the on the queries as well. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have any questions, then we can wind up.
Yes.
And Pratik, your SQL developer is working, right? It is good, right?
No, I still have a problem.